This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. All right, so we're talking about Blac Youngsta. Okay, so him and Moneybagg Yo made bad choices in the past couple days. It's pretty fresh. Young Dolph only passed, what, less than a month ago. Less than a month ago, he passed. Now, Moneybagg Yo and Young Dolph didn't have problems like that, but he kind of inherited a little bit just being part of CMG, but he never really said anything about it because like they did music before he was on CMG, you know, so I think he kind of like stayed a little bit, you know, pretty neutral on that, right? But here's the thing. Blac Youngsta took it on. Yo Gotti had a problem with Young Dolph. It was really a dumb problem, right? But it was like almost like a control issue, right? So it's just like, so Young Dolph passes. He's not here anymore. Would you diss him still? Would you still play the diss song, Shake Some? Would you still perform that a couple weeks after he passes? You'd probably skip that one, right? Because, you know, you got to respect people that have passed, right? You guys ain't have real problems like that. It wasn't, you know, you made it a little extra from what it was, but it wasn't a situation where, you know, he took one of your family members or something. It wasn't beef like that, right? You guys just didn't like each other, right? You had problems in the city. This stems from, like, Young Dolph not wanting to sign to Gotti and Gotti subbing Dolph. And, you know, like, people didn't like Gotti wanted him to sign him. Yeah, I'm sure there's a little bit more to that, right? And it got way out of control. I mean, everything's public, okay? That happened, you know. The first attempt in CIAA, one of Yo Gotti's friends was arrested, actually in jail for 15 years behind it. Second time, Blac Youngsta and two other guys were arrested. That's when it was like 100 shots. They didn't get charged. They got let go. Then, shortly after that in L.A., one of Yo Gotti's friends got arrested in Hollywood for hitting Dolph in the shoulder, right? That's all public information, okay? And he got let go, though. There was at first there was McClendon had he had a bail, but he was let go. He was let go. He had a 48-hour on $1 million bond as a suspect in the daylight. This was done in daylight, in front of a Hollywood hotel, okay? And then, you know what? It seemed like things had simmered down after that. Like, you know, it was over. You almost thought that they... So that's why I never really thought... Like, you know, when this happened, it was so far from when that Hollywood thing happened that it's like, you know, that was 3 years ago at that point, right? So it could have been something else. Maybe Dolph had problem with someone else in Memphis. And, you know, kids these days, it looked like two kids that jumped out of that Mercedes. You know, they took him out. You know, it could have been over anything. We don't know. You know, not everything's so public, right? Well, the feds are investigating it because obviously nobody's been arrested, but they've had tons of evidence. They found the car, so they found a body behind the house, which was probably one of the kids that jumped out of the car. Like, there's such gray information on this now that you know that it's probably not with the local police anymore. It's probably with the feds, you know, because like they're probably investigating everything and trying to find out who actually did this to him. But why would Blac Youngsta 3 weeks after Dolph passes? It's only been like 3 weeks. It was right a week before Thanksgiving, so it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And, you know, you're dissing him on stage? You're bringing a lot of attention to yourself. Then Moneybagg Yo drops the song on SG's album. And, you know, you could say this is reaching all you want. But still, you don't start dropping verses saying R.I.P. to what's his name, da-da-da-da-da, you know, and then, you know, we broke up your family tree in that verse. You had plenty of time to change the verse. You had time to say, hey, you know what? Bad timing. Let's take this verse off, right? Because the SG thing didn't drop for like 2 or 3 weeks after Dolph. It dropped very recently, like a week ago, right? I think it dropped just this past Thursday. So Moneybagg Yo and Black Youngster are making poor choices here. Yo Gotti canceled his album and pushed it off till next year. He was going to drop, what was it, CM10 or something? He was going to drop CM something, which I'm looking forward to. But it's like, dude, you know, like, this is not a good time, you know? And, you know, if you're going to drop music, don't start referring to people, making references in there. It's just, it's too soon, man, you know? And it just brings attention on you, you know? Black Youngster just, that was like disgusting, I'll be honest with you. I don't care what anybody says. That's how I feel about that. Just, you know, mainly because this is not like a gang-related rap beef. You know, I know that Jim Jones likes to say that being a rapper is the most dangerous job in America. Sorry, it's not. What does make it dangerous, though, is that if you're in a gang and you're rapping and you mesh the two together, yeah, it makes it a little more, maybe 100% more dangerous, okay? Let's say that, okay? Because I don't think Kendrick Lamar and people like that are looking behind their backs. Now, you do get these rare occurrences where, you know, Nipsey was out here doing great stuff, right? Positive things for the community. And that was like a fluke thing that happened with him, you know? Like, that was heartbreaking, you know? The Young Dolph thing was heartbreaking. There's a lot of like, you know, and then you get ones that aren't even related to that, like, you know, Juice WRLD. That was just him, an overdose. That XXX Tentacion, heartbreaking. Like, that had nothing to do with anything. These are just some haters, you know. You get those too. So there are dangers of being just famous, period, and moving around, right? Because, you know, if people know you got money and they want to take something from you, or maybe they just don't like you because you got it, you know, that there is a danger. It is more dangerous to be someone that's flossing or someone that's, you know, that is, and I'm not saying all entertainers floss. I'm just saying just a flosser, period, you know, not even being famous, right? You know, like wearing jewelry and everything. Or it's very dangerous to be famous and people know you got something and they want to take it from you. Or maybe they just don't like you because you're famous. You know, the human nature is weird, and you always got to, even if you're just not famous and you're just out here living life, it's dangerous, okay? Like, life is dangerous, man. There's people out there that don't have any regard for others, you know? Anyways, we gotten on a little tangent here, but even if you think people are reaching with the Moneybagg Yo thing, he could have changed the verse. He knows how it would have came off. And Black Youngsta didn't have to perform that song over the weekend in Dallas. Poor choices. It brings a bad energy on you, you know? If anything, when Dolph passed, they should have said R.I.P. You know what I mean? And then we got, you know, other things happening. Drakeo passed. You know, like, that's sad. You know, it was that gang rap thing, and then also he had a lot of static with people in L.A., especially, you know, YG's camp. I can't say they did it, but a lot of people are trying to say that because, like, for some reason they were on the same bill. There's 50 artists on that bill, and and nobody had respect for the concert. You know, like, hey, we shouldn't do this at a concert. You know, because all it does is it makes it harder for other rappers to make money, right? If you do something like that at a concert, it makes it harder to book rap events at venues. Just like when the whole Taxstone and Troy thing happened, you know? It makes it bad, or I don't think they'll do rap shows there anymore, you know? It's like, it makes it bad for the whole culture, period, to make money. It's just not good, man. And that's why you got to keep it separate and respect business. You know, you got to have some respect for business, you know. If anything, you know, I mean, you should really respect human life, but anything, respect the business part of it as well, you know, because there's plenty of people out here that aren't involving, you know, gang activity and music together that, you know, are doing the best for their families out here, you know. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.